What's up, friends of the good mood? This is Manni and welcome to another Paramotor video here on the channel where Lucas and I had a beautiful flight. Well, at least after Lucas made it into the air, right, buddy? And yeah, I'm gonna show you some fun stuff. I'm gonna dangle my feet, and it's a 360 video as well, so enjoy this one. So here we are at the beginning of this video, right before the launch, and I'm using the 360 video camera again, but I've made a difference this time and I'm trying experimenting with it. I need your feedback on it, right? This time you can't look around yourselves because I've predefined with fixed camera perspectives where the camera looks at. That has the advantage that you can just lean back and enjoy without having to do anything yourselves, and it allows me to include the full 4K video quality of the helmet GoPro into this video without quality loss. Disadvantage is you can't look around yourself. So which one do you like better? Take a look at the upper right corner. There is the video where you were able to look around yourself with the 360 camera, and tell me the difference, tell me which one you like more, okay? So, Lucas and I are going to have a great flight here. At first, I had to take off. He was still preparing next to me. I was taking off first, as you see right here. And I was launching the wing with a bit of thrust on the engine this time, brought it up a bit abruptly, because I had a bit of a short starting field. So, yeah, I had to be, I was in a bit of a haste. But it was all no problem. We went up here, no big issues. And then we were, you know, rewarded with flying through this amazing, you know, corridor of trees. And in the middle of this green field, you'll see it, the black and white cat. I don't know what it was doing right there. It just sat there, looks at me taking off, and it wasn't scared. It just sat there and looks at me. That was awesome. And you also see the 360 video camera there, right? You remember, I remember you guys' comments in the last 360 video. You were asking, how does that work? Where's the camera attached to? I don't see any stick. Because that's the magic about this. This 360 camera actually removes the selfie stick, basically, completely. It's like magic. It looks like it's floating in midair in front of me, as you see right here. That's really amazing. Yeah, that was something that really confused the heck out of many of you guys watching last time in the 360 video. And this time I'm able to show and explain by the view of the, you know, of the GoPro helmet. You'll see the actual selfie stick too. It takes a bit of the magic away, I know, but at least it gives you a very, very much better quality perspective of what I'm seeing. I was basically here, I was putting up my gloves. What I'm doing so far, these gloves are so fat. They're heated, super warm gloves, but they're so fat that I can barely make my start and grab everything and, you know, prepare everything, picking up the lines and everything with these fat gloves. So what I do, I just put the gloves right here, I stuff them in the overall, and then I pull it closed. And then I start with bare hands, and in the air, once I'm in there, I just open it, I take the gloves, and I'm putting them on, and then close it again. That is my little way that I found on how to deal with the situation of having fat gloves and tiny little lines that you have to fiddle around with. Yeah, but because once you're in the air and you have everything, then it's all cool. You can have fat gloves, no problem. It's just a start. You see Lucas preparing on the ground. He is having his wing laid out all correctly. It's just a matter of time for him to start. He did have 1 or 2 aborts this time. It was, as I said, it was really difficult conditions, and that's why it didn't work all perfectly this time. You're gonna see him later. He had a very, very dirty wing because, you know, he had it starting and it turned over and landed on the wing. I mean, not he landed on the wing, just the wing fell over to the side, and he got it a bit dirty. And then the funniest thing is, you're gonna see this later. I was flying above him. He crosses underneath me. And I'm seeing that dirty wing from above, and I'm like, hey Lucas, you know your wing is really dirty. And he was, yeah. Save it, basically. Because, yeah, he wasn't really happy with that. It took a bit longer this time to get up. But hey, It's that's just gonna happen a few times sometimes, right? And let's be honest, we're no pros here. We're still beginning in this whole paramotor sport, and even pros do have aborted starts. I think, right? And this was one of them right there. You see that he's trying to start, and this thing turns over to the left and just lands in the dirt. It doesn't look as dirty from up here, but believe me, it was. Yeah. So next time he starts, it's gonna work. You're gonna see his start in just a few seconds, guys. And if you like this content, you want to see more video content on this channel, then don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell with all notifications in order to, you know, stay up to date and notified for the upcoming videos, right? That would be cool. What an amazing view over the Swabian Alps right here, guys. Yeah, being really far up now. I think about like 500-600 meters above ground now. I just took a bit of altitude so I could just sail down, right? That's what I like to do. I just like to gain a bit of altitude, and from up there, just, you know, not turn off the engine, but just leave it in idle mode and just sail slowly down with like 1 or 2 meters per second or 1 meter per second. I don't know how quickly I'm losing altitude, but it's and there it is. You see him. He's now coming up. The wing is already over his head. He's checking everything okay. We can't see this so detailed, but I know that's what he's doing. And now he's finally coming up. And I'm not sure. Yeah, you can probably hear it. I'm like, woohoo! Yeah, Lucas, do it! Yeah, and there he is. He's already in the air and taking off like a champ. Nice. Alright, and that's the moment that allows me to get some amazing content now, because although we are super high up now, as I said, I'm not using the engine right now. I'm just blowing, you know, sailing down slowly and gliding. Gliding is the word, not sailing, sorry. Gliding down, and that means since he's, you know, climbing up, I'm climbing down, we're eventually going to meet, and that is going to happen in a few seconds. These 100 meters difference we have are crossed, or, you know, destroyed in a few seconds here. And look at this. I love it. I actually zoomed in a bit here with the GoPro, but the quality on that GoPro is so good that I can even zoom in a little bit and it will still look pretty cool. And you see his wing. Do you see that it's dirty already? He's gonna cross us underneath in a few seconds, even better, and then I think you can see it more detailed. But let's follow him, because he's trying to chase away. Lucas, how dare you? Stop it! I've been waiting for you for a while now. You don't run away from me. So we were flying towards the bigger city over in the distance. You see it here on the right, basically, and that was kind of our goal. And you saw also the sun was going slowly down, so we were trying to catch some sun also here, basically. And it was nicely warm up there when we had the sun. But when the sun was hidden behind the clouds, it immediately started to get much colder. And keep in mind, this was shortly before the winter. I mean, it was already winter time, I guess. Just the beginning of it. So maybe 7 degrees Celsius or so, 8. Something along this, I think. So, yeah, there he is. Now finally in the air and everything is cool. Smooth. We had some great flying time here. It was no bumpy winds, it was all really calm and even and just fun. It was just amazing. And you can imagine, I'm not sure if you can imagine, but here it is. That's the moment. You see this wing? See how dirty it is in the front, in the beginning part of it? It has some brown stains on it that, yeah, that I'm sure it took him a little while to get out. And those are, yeah, dangling down my feet, because I found during flight, I realized I had some really dirty feet. I took some, I think I may have taken half of that green with us upon the flight, and I was just, you know, over this, of these woods here, you know, just cleaning up my shoes a bit. Although it didn't really work, they were dirty as heck when I landed still. Well, that's how it is. The flight took so long that this time I sadly don't have the landing for you. The GoPro dies after like 45 minutes of recording. The 360 camera dies after like half an hour, I think. So, and since the flight took at least an hour for me, probably longer, I didn't have the video footage of the landing anymore. So, sorry about that, guys. But we have this amazing view. See, and This is the advantage of having fixed camera perspectives with the 360. I could only basically put this footage here into the video with 1080p instead of 4K, which you're seeing right now, if I had used the camera so that you could look around yourselves. And that would be kind of a shame, right? Because this looks really good. But again, I like you guys to tell me what you prefer. The 360 is no work for me. I can just hit record, I hit stop, I export that whole thing, and boom, video finished, and you guys can look around for yourselves the whole video, right? Of course, I have to do post-commentary here still, but yeah. But in this case here, I went through the entire video and basically predefined where it's looking at. Took me longer, but I like the result at least. But it's gonna depend on what you like more. I think I'll stick to try and experiment a little bit more. Maybe I can try a few cool effects or so. I know there is Tiny Planet and whatnot, and I've already tried this, and yeah, it works. Doesn't just doesn't look very well. It looks cool if you're walking on the green, like if you're walking, but if you're flying a paramotor and you have the wing over your head and you make the Tiny Planet, this thing is just all over the screen. The wing, like it folds around the whole planet. Just for those who know what I'm talking about, they will probably understand how I mean this. But yeah, so these are the last few moments of this flight that I'm able to show you. After that, all the cameras died, and although I do have a lot of change batteries, I don't know how to do this in mid-flight to change them. I would have to unscrew the helmet cam. Then I don't know if I should do this. If I drop something, I will never find it again. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, let me know your feedback, and thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like and comment down below, and if you haven't already, hit subscribe as brutal as a man can hit for more. Thanks for bearing with me, have a good one guys, and until next time!